Congratulations on becoming a tall tree. You're confident, competent and capable now. You're out and proud about having survived and thrived through mental health and addiction challenges. You've got a story to tell or a project to promote, and you want to use your experiences to help others and change attitudes. Using mainstream or social media is a great way to counter myths and discrimination. But just as you will have learned in your Raka Roroa training, the foremost thing you have to keep in mind is keeping yourself and your audience safe. In conversations with the media, this is a unique skill. Often it can feel like the media has all the power, and so to make sure you don't miss the opportunity to be in the paper or on the TV or radio, you kind of need to do what you're told, right? No, you need to remember that it's your story and it's your power. You are gifting them with your story, so you are actually the person with power and control. In order to keep that power and control, however, here are my top tips. Number 1, find out as much as you can about the reporter that's going to interview you before they do. Read their other articles or listen and watch their other interviews. Find out where they might share or differ in their worldview. Find perhaps where their political leanings are or what their interview style is. Are they gentle and probing or hard-hitting and combative? What is it that you think that they want to get out of this interview? What's in it for them? Because there will be an angle they're after, and you want to make sure it's the same angle you want. Secondly, if you're comfortable with the way that person is and how they've reported before, then by all means engage with them. But ask them for the list of questions that they're going to use in the interview. That's really, really important. Even if they don't have a list of questions, they should be able to give you topic points, bullet points, or things that they want to know. Take those bullet points and practice sticking to the like minds, like mind language and key messages that you've learnt already so that your comments can't be taken out of context. Thirdly, don't be put off by a journalist putting deadline pressure on you. Even with a quick turnaround, you can find out their angle and practice your key messages, or write them down with just a few minutes up your sleeve. In a perfect world though, you've got your questions, you have a bit of time up your sleeve. Go through the points you want to make and write them down. Then ask someone you really trust to ask you the questions so that you can practice your answers with confidence. And of course, without too many ums and ahs throughout the whole thing. The fourth thing to think about before you go into an interview is timing. Practice makes perfect, and the shorter you can fit your story and your key messages into the small amount of time that the media give you, the better will be the end result. You might be lucky enough to have an hour-long interview, but probably the most airtime you'll get is between 30 seconds and a few minutes, so you may really need to hone your story. Keep in mind that you might have 12 eloquent sentences full of great context strung together, but they're going to take a quick soundbite. So make sure you're confident that if they take out a small portion of your speech, they can't inadvertently twist your words. It takes a bit of time and practice to get this right. And of course, in this age of the meme, don't think that this won't happen if you create your own social media or videos. How many times have we seen mashups of interviews without the context they were intended? Be really careful. If it's a written article, most journalists are really happy if they've got a relationship with you already to give you a draft. You may not be able to change the words, but they're usually quite happy to send it to you and give you a heads up. For example, this is what's going to come out on Saturday, or this is what's going to be in this evening's news. The last thing to remember is to have some support when the media comes out or the interview is aired, particularly if you visited trauma or triggering content in your interview. Make sure you've got the people you trust around you, because even though you think it's gone great and it probably was really awesome, you'll find yourself dealing with some conflicting feelings of pride and fear. Feelings of, oh my goodness, it's out there now, everybody knows. Those feelings are really normal, and you might be wondering if people will treat you any differently because of it. And this is where using your other tall trees, your mentor or your facilitators from Raka Roroa are really important to tap into. In my experience, people are usually pretty fantastic when you've been brave enough to be the voice of something so vitally important and normalising as mental health and addiction. But even if you're feeling strong, make sure you've got people you trust around you to support it when it comes out. If you need more pointers of support, visit us at www.changingminds.org.nz. Great, good luck!